Hi everyone, this is Steve Case. In this series, I plan on sharing with you everything I've learned as a financial advisor here at Financial Independence. And yes, Financial Times the last 2 years has recognized me as one of the top 401k advisors in the country. We're excited to talk to you about this stuff today. What we're going to cover is we're going to cover a couple things. First of all, how much your employees need to save to successfully hit that mark so that they can retire and retire well. Secondly, we're going to talk about the Rule of 72. The Rule of 72 gives you the ability to figure out how long it's going to take for your investments to double in value, or on the negative side, how long it's going to take Social Security to eat into your spending power. But first, if you'd like my complete program, feel free to reach out to me. Click on the link below. We'll get you a copy of the book, Tracking for Retirement, and we'll get it in your hands quickly. So how much do you need to save to properly retire? In general, we tell people 10%. If you're saving 10% year in and year out, you're probably going to be successful for retirement. But it's actually a little more complicated than that, because you need to figure out what percentage of your current income you're going to need. And in our industry, we call that the income replacement ratio or the income replacement formula. It's a very important calculation. Most people don't do it, and without it, they're in trouble. So the income replacement formula, very, very important to do. So let's use an example on that. Let's say we have a 40-year-old worker who makes $50,000 a year. He knows he wants to retire at the age of 66. So he says, all right, cool, I need 80% of my income. I need $40,000 a year. Pretty simple, right? It is, except for one problem. We have this nasty thing called inflation. And what inflation does is it eats away your spending power. The technical definition of inflation is too much money chasing too few goods. So a real life example of inflation, 25 years ago, the average price of a new car, $11,500. Today, $33,500. What do you think that car is going to cost in another 25 years? So we know we've got inflation that we need to battle against. So let's look into inflation a little more. How does it work? We can use that Rule of 72 to engineer what it's going to look like in the future. So we have an average inflation of 3%. We can take 72, divide it by 3, and we get 24. What does this tell us? This tells us that in 24 years, your spending power is going to be cut in half. And what does it tell us relative to that example? Well, that 40-year-old who wants to retire in about 25 years, he doesn't need 40,000, because if he only has 40,000, he'll have the spending power of half that, 20,000. He's actually going to need $80,000 to replace the income that he's looking for. Now at this point, a number of times people will say, Steve, this is far too complicated. Our employees could never figure this out. I've got good news. Most 401k providers do the calculators that will tell you how much income you're able to replace. And in fact, some of them will actually take that lump sum and turn it into a monthly income. If you're interested in getting a listing of those providers, I'd be happy to share that with you. Again, click on the link below and I'll get a copy of that out to you. Now this is mission critical. If your employees don't know what they need to save for retirement, the retirement income ratio, don't understand the effects of inflation, then what's going to happen with them is they're going to arrive somewhere and they're probably not going to have enough money saved to properly fund that retirement. Sometimes people say this gets difficult to figure out. What we do at Financial Independence to help people is we provide a service to our clients called a gap analysis. In the gap analysis, we take a look at what they have in the plan, what they're saving, and how that's getting them to their retirement. If you'd like a sample report of the gap analysis, if you have any questions or comments, would like to reach out to us, again, click on the link below. We'd be happy to get back with you. We could make a video for you if there's a special request that you have. I'd like to thank you for your time in listening to us. There's one other thing that I would like to offer. If you would like a benchmarking of your current plan, where we're going to take a look at it, give you some critical data on what's happening with that, feel free to reach out to us. We'll get some information to you, and we'll be happy to provide that at no cost, completely complimentary. I'm Steve Case. Thank you for watching our series.